Hey guys, welcome to my next part of the Q&A video series, and I think I'm almost done with these. I think it's probably going to be maybe 1 to 2 more parts at the most of these questions from, I think, May. So I've been trying to get through them, and don't worry about the lack of videos on this channel. There will be more stuff coming up. Just been very, 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 very busy lately, and things like that, and I'll talk more about all that later. The first question is, do you still have your keyboard collection, and do you ever spend time playing them? I still have pretty much most of the keyboards. I got rid of some of the junky, not some of the ones that weren't that good, but I have like the main one and that really old small one, like that one where you could talk into it and the key says it. It's like one of those real classic ones. I still have that. I think I have pretty many, like most of them, just like I said, not those really cheap, like ones from the Learning Store or Target and things like that. I don't use them as much though. I used to have, in the old house, I used to have the one keyboard hooked up to the computer, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't really used that much. At some point I'll probably use it again. What's your second favorite smell? I don't know what my favorite smell would be. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe like, I don't know. I couldn't even say. Some people would think, a fart? No, not a fart. As a DVD collector, how do you feel about film torrents and film streaming, such as Netflix? Instant. I actually think Netflix streaming is pretty good for, because they put a lot of the TV shows up on there now. And, so a lot of stuff is on there that they're probably not going to put on DVD, TV-wise, and things like that. So I definitely think that's a pretty good thing. It's a pain, too, when you buy something and then you see it on the Netflix streaming, like, days later. You're like, oh, man, I just got the damn thing. But, I usually like to have the thing, but I do occasionally watch things from that. If you had a choice, what movie would you like to remake for a modern audience? I don't know. I haven't been a fan of like all the remakes. There's been so many remakes lately. Like just saw the remake trailer for The Thing, and a lot of the remakes, look like they try and change. They change a few things about it to try and make it a little different. From what I've seen with The Thing remake, it looks like they basically taken. I don't know. It just looks like a total remake. I don't know. Like not much has been changed. What would be your top 10 horror movies to watch if you had one day to live? I don't know. I feel like if I only had one day to live, I don't think I'd watch movies. I think I'd go out and like do everything I could until I died. I don't know. I don't think I would sit around and watch something though. I don't know. Hey Sean, me and a few friends are trying to make our own skits, but it seems that we can't get the lighting right. Have you got any tips for lighting setup? Well, normally it's like the 3-point lighting. Like when we did the Don and Murph set, we had it wasn't totally perfect, but we had like 2 lights from the ceiling, 2 lights from the ceiling, 1 light straight on, and that usually works pretty good. And then of course, just do stuff during the day too. Like if you'd shoot like skits, you can do a lot of that, the best stuff during the day. Shooting at night, outside, like if you're on the street and things like that, that can be difficult. Just trying to figure out how to light at night, because you can't really bring lights out to the middle of the road and things like that. But I would say mainly things like that. And if you're shooting inside, find the place in your house with the most lighting, and you can go to Home Depot and just get like work lights, like the clip lights for like, I think like $6 or $7, and that definitely helps. Hey Sean, just a quick question: have you seen any Turkish movie remakes from the 70s and 80s, such as Turkish Star Wars, Turkish Jaws, or Turkish Rambo? If not, then you should. They're hilarious to watch because of how bad they are. I think I've seen some clips of the Star Wars one. I didn't know they made one for Jaws, though. I'll have to look at that. I know they made a million, like, Italian Jaws knockoffs, which I've seen most of those ones, though. Kind of weird since you just did one. What do you think of Clerks? I liked Clerks. I didn't love the second one though. What did you think of Look the series? I really loved it. Look the series is actually coming out too on DVD. I think November 23rd or 24th, and you can see me in episode 11, the last episode of the series. And I'm really glad the thing is coming out. I totally liked it a lot. Do you plan on getting married? Maybe someday. Marriage is not totally, I don't know. We'll see. Is MJ really engaged? Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, I mean, I haven't heard much of anything from him in like 2 months. So I don't know. I know he tried out for, and I'm hoping for him that it works out for some kind of an X-Men TV series thing. And that was the last thing I heard from a text. So, I mean, everyone just cross your fingers for that thing. But as far as I know, they are, getting married, I think, next fall or something. I don't know if he's going to do more videos or not. I mean, I hope he does. I mean, I definitely would go over to his channel and send him messages and encourage him to keep doing videos, but I don't know if he is or not. I mean, that's all I say to him is encouragement for all that. Hey, Sean, here's a weird question for you. Sorry, this chair keeps, like, squeaking. I don't know. Apples or oranges? Well, sometimes I sort of get, like, the dukes from apples, so I would probably say oranges. Hey, Sean, have you seen a British comedy show called Alan Partridge starring Steve Coogan? I love the Around the Country movie. Well, thank you. I've never seen it. I've heard of people talking about it, though. I've never actually seen it, though. Next question is, hey, Sean, I'm on your Facebook under Ben7930. I have an idea for a movie. No script, though. I was wondering if you could hear my idea and get back to me on it. I was curious if you could tell if I could sell an idea like that to you. Anyone in the biz. Well, I don't really know too much about, like selling scripts or things like that. Like, I'm sort of just stay out of that part. So I don't even really know how you go about selling scripts and stuff. I would say more, try and find a friend of yours or somebody that you could take the idea with and, make it into a short or make it into something like that. Because it's definitely tough, like, to get to that point. That's the one area I don't know a whole lot on. Have you seen the film If, starring Malcolm McDowell? I've never seen that one. Have you seen the film The Devils, which was made in 1971? I don't think I have. Have you ever smoked weed, and what's your opinion on marijuana? Well, I never actually have. I mean, I'm seriously never have. I've been around people that have, but never have done it myself. I mean, I personally don't have a problem with it. I do have a problem with other hard drugs, things like that. I don't like cocaine. I don't like all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with drinking if you do it responsibly. And the same with marijuana. It's not something you would do around if you had kids or something. But I don't have a personal problem with it. It's just not something that I'm really too interested in doing. You say you don't want to join SAG as of now, but why? Can you do low budget in the Hollywood movies? At some point, I will. You know, I don't have a whole lot to say on that at the moment, but at some point, I definitely will. What are your political views? Never really was too into politics. Never really worried too much about it. Hey Sean, do you have any plans with making videos with your family? Well, we are doing more stuff. We're trying to keep doing as many vlogs as possible. As often as we can. Probably going to do one tomorrow, maybe. I try and do them though as much as I can. Have you seen the Cheech and Chong movies with Paul Rubens? I have seen those. Definitely like those. Why do you go to Disneyland so much? Well, I was thinking like that bulletproof Disneyland. No, I haven't been there in a while. I mean, since we moved here, when we first got here, my mom wanted to go a lot. Gina wanted to go a lot, but I haven't been in a while. I think we're gonna go to Florida though in November, so I'll definitely be shooting a whole bunch of stuff then. Also, just since it's here and so it's pretty cool. Yeah, hey Sean, I love your videos. I was just wondering whether you've seen Pig Hunt. Barely any people have heard of it, and those people tend to instantly dislike it because it was directed by James Isaac. Personally, I actually thought the movie was really good and think more people should give it a shot. I haven't seen Pig Hunt. I think it's from the Fangoria Fest thing. I think it's from that. I have not gotten to see that one yet, though. I'm right now, I am so behind on watching stuff. There's been a lot of shows that I watch lately. For some reason I like that America's Got Talent. I don't normally like that kind of stuff, But I don't know. I think I just didn't watch before. I like Howie Mandel, and I always kind of liked Howie Mandel, so I just kind of watch it. And it's actually all right. I don't like American Idol. I don't like the singing competition thing. But I think it's I watch that, and I watch like all that kind of stuff, like Expedition Impossible. Like I don't know why I'm watching this stuff, but for some reason all of a sudden I'm starting to like these things. And Pawn Stars and American Pickers and Storage Wars that I really like. So I'm watching all this crap so much that I've been so behind on watching movies. It's been like crazy. How do you afford your movies? Pretty much from the acting and from YouTube. Um, hey Sean, the Weekend Horror Guys here. I was wondering, what do you do for Halloween? I think I've only seen one video with you guys at Halloween night. Just wondering, do you dress up on Halloween or not really celebrate? I don't really do too much for Halloween. Um, I did, yeah, because see, I kind of have always had a weird opinion of Halloween. Because see, when I was younger, since I'm so tall and stuff, back when I was like 9 or 10, I had to stop trick or treating, maybe 10 or 11 early because people were like, back then, I don't know what it was. People were always like, well, you look too big to be trick or treating. And this is when I was a kid. I really was a kid, and everybody else I knew was trick or treating. And I think the last year I trick or treated was the 6th grade because since I'm so big and tall and everything, people, I don't know. So I never really had a I don't know. I never really loved Halloween as much as I should have because of that. And it was just always awkward that I couldn't go out trick or treating because I looked so much bigger and stuff. So that always kind of sucked. I was wearing a mask and stuff. No, I guess they thought I was like the parent or something. Because I was always a big guy. So it was always like, but I usually, I think the most I ever did with like Halloween costumes was use them in like some of the Don and Murph stuff we did and things like that. Will Joe Frowns be appearing in your videos again? I mean, if he ends up coming out here at any point, I mean, I would definitely love to do another video with him. I'm not sure, when, like what his schedule's like and stuff. I think he said something about he might be coming out here in the fall. So if he does, I mean, I'll definitely do my best to shoot some kind of a vlog or something with him again. Have you seen the Norwegian film Dead Snow? If so, what do you think about it? I talked about that, like, I think the last part. Um, what's your favorite recent movie from 2008 to 2010? Yeah, see, that's tough. I never am good at picking, like, a favorite movie. Hey, Sean, how do you like it in California compared to where you used to live? Do you like it better, or do you like it where you used to live better? Just wondering. Also, if you like it better, how come? Um, I feel like out here I've gotten a lot more accomplished in the acting thing, and I feel like I've gotten myself together a lot more. I feel really, really good about things lately and what I've done and everything. So I'm definitely like it out here a lot more. Like I mean, when I think of Maryland, I miss some people there. Like Victor, MJ, Chris LaMartina. Victor Record, MJ, Chris LaMartina. But it's not like I don't know. It's just it's weird. I really really like it out here. But I'd love to see those people again. Who knows about MJ though? If you had to pick 3 of the scariest films you've seen in your life, what would they be? Well, I really thought that lately Insidious was very creepy. I know some people have put it down or said it wasn't that great, but I actually found it to be pretty creepy, and I don't find a lot of stuff creepy from all the stuff that I watched. I thought that was pretty creepy. I thought the original, and I don't watch a lot of Asian horror movies because I get freaked out from them for some reason. I don't know, but like the was very creepy, especially when she's in the doctor's office or something like that. And the kid standing over, that kind of stuff really creeps me out. I don't know for third which one would be, but I mean those really have been like creepy. Like I wasn't like scared to death in Insidious or anything, but I thought it was very just creepy, and you just don't find that a lot anymore. A lot of horror movies nowadays are not creepy; they're gory or just extreme, but not scary or anything like that. Have you ever watched Funny Games? I've seen the original one. I haven't watched it in a long time, but as far as I remember liking it. Hey, Sean, what's your favorite mobster movie? And have you seen all the Revenge of the Nerds films, and what do you think of them? Mobster film. I don't watch a ton of mobster films. Like, that was never one of the genres that I didn't always like. I mean, I like analyze this and analyze that. I mean, that's kind of a mobster thing, but more silly comedy. But that would probably be it. Um, and I have actually seen all the Revenge of the Nerds. You know, they some of the sequels. I think when Lewis was kind of like a ladies' man, I didn't like that too much. The first one was the best. Then I liked the second one, and I liked the wedding when they all got back together again. I mean, it was really silly and not the greatest, but I really thought it was a fun movie. I liked it. Um, did you used to have a speech impediment growing up? Yeah. I was like, horos, go, things like that, like the major R problems. I thought I could detect a bit of it. Also, is your family Democrats or Republican? See, we never talk about like that stuff, so I don't even know for like that. It's not like a subject that we bring up much. But I did, like I said, I did have a speech impediment. I had to go through speech as a kid. I remember being like 6 or something at the speech class all the time. And then I was at school. I mean, I remember in elementary school I had a speech class. Then I had this woman that I called Miss Brass Knuckles, who was real scary. And I think she had this accident at one point and like broke every single bone in her body. And I remember she was in like a full body cast, and I was still taking speech from her. It was weird, especially I was like young with that going on. It was like kind of freaked me out a little bit. And I think I stopped speech though probably third or fourth grade, something like that. Have you seen Dead Meat? An Irish small budget film. I think I have it, but I don't think I ever watched it. I do need to check that out though. What's your favorite element? Fire, wind, water, or earth, ether? Um, I don't know. I mean, element. I guess water. I don't know. If you were stranded on an island and you could only bring one movie, what would it be? Well, people have asked me this one a lot, like over the years, and I don't know what I would bring. I mean, nowadays I'd say maybe a hard drive with a whole bunch of movies on it or something. So you could watch a whole bunch of stuff. Because I think I'd get tired of watching the same movie forever. It would be a little bit like in 50 First Dates. I don't think you could do it. I mean, unless you could bring like a whole season of movies. And the thing too, I always wonder with that question is, how in the world would you, get electricity to the device? I mean, if you brought the movie, you'd have to have the TV there and the DVD player. And how, if you were stranded on an island, you wouldn't be able to play this thing unless you, were doing Gilligan's Island stuff with the coconuts and you had to ride the bike and stuff to watch the movie. Because that question is, I've always thought that, you could bring the movie, but how in the world would you ever watch it? Unless you just hold it up and look at it, and it would be like you're Wilson. I mean, I don't know. Do you have a favorite film director? Do you know the film American Werewolf in London? If you're a Batman fan, which Batman films do you like? And my last question is, do you watch British comedy? Like, I've always liked British comedy, like Mr. Bean, Come Fly With Me, Little Britain. I absolutely love Little Britain. It's definitely one of my favorite sketch comedies. Film director, don't have like one favorite director. I like a lot of directors. American Werewolf in London, I did like that. I really like Tim Burton's Batman's better. I know they're not as, film wise, they're not as good as the new ones, but I don't know. I just always liked, the cast in the first two Batmans. I like Michael Keaton. I like Danny DeVito as the Penguin. I like Christopher Walken. I love that cast. But I do admit that the new, The Dark Knight was a good movie, and Heath Ledger was great in that part, and so I mean I'm definitely looking forward to the next Batman. So I don't dislike those movies, but I just prefer. I guess it's because I grew up with them, but I definitely just I don't know. If I want to watch Batman, I feel like more going for Tim Burton's Batman. Um, what's Dweebo up to this year? We'll just be in Dweebo, doing videos on his channel, Dweebo1234, and on Facebook and things like that. Have you seen the TV series Pushing Daisies? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I've never never seen that one though. I've seen like ads for it, but I've never actually watched it. But anyway, though, this is all for this part of the Q&A, and stay tuned soon for the next part. And I'm going to work now on watching some things for the DVD update, which is probably going to be me, talking about half of what I actually have. Just because